The 2025 season is just around the corner, and New York Yankees fans can barely contain their excitement for what promises to be a year full of twists and surprises. The wound is still fresh from Juan Soto's move to the Mets, but the Yankees haven't spent time lamenting. Instead, they've bolstered their roster with some headline-making signings. Devin Williams, Fried, Paul Goldschmidt, and Cody Bellinger. These additions already put the team in an intriguing position. But as always, the burning question is, what's next? Paul Goldschmidt seems to have first base locked down with ease, but the gaps at second and third base remain hot topics of speculation. One name emerging as a versatile solution to fill these holes is Jazz Chisholm Jr. Picture this, moving him to second base while pursuing a major reinforcement for third base. Sounds promising, right? But wait, because the backstage rumors take this conversation to another level. Carlos Correa, yes him, the Minnesota Twins infielder and three-time All-Star, a name that has haunted the Yankees in past matchups, but could now be exactly what they need to become an unstoppable force. Sources indicate that the Twins may be looking to clear some payroll, and a trade involving Correa doesn't sound as far-fetched as it might seem. Imagine the impact. Correa donning pinstripes, bringing his experience and consistency to an already talent-laden team. What could this mean for the upcoming season? What if this trade actually happened? Let's dive into the details. The Yankees could offer big names like Jason Dominguez, the team's top prospect, Oswald Peraza, a highly promising infielder, and Ben Hellis, a right-handed pitcher with a bright future. On top of that, Clayton Beeter, another right-handed pitcher with significant potential, could also be in the mix. In return, the Yankees would get Carlos Correa, a proven player with at least 4 more years guaranteed on his contract. A bold move, no doubt, but one that could propel the Yankees to the top of the American League. But here comes the dilemma. Is it worth giving up young, promising talents like Dominguez and Peraza for a 30-year-old player, even one with Correa's pedigree? The immediate impact is tempting, but the long-term cost could be steep. This debate is sure to spark division among fans and analysts alike, making each rumor even more electrifying. And that's not all. Another name gaining traction is Luis Arraez, the batting champion and 3-time All-Star. With a career batting average of .323, Arraez is the kind of player any team would love to have. But would his exceptional contact skills be enough to fit into a team like the Yankees, who have traditionally relied on home runs to win games? Caleb Moody, a baseball analyst, suggests that Arraez could be a key piece to replace Gleyber Torres, whether at second base or as the leadoff hitter. What's also catching attention in this heated market is the possibility of trade combinations. Imagine Arraez landing in the Bronx, while Chisholm settles at second base and Correa takes over third. Such a trio would give the Yankees a formidable infield configuration, something we haven't seen in years. However, the cost of such moves would be enormous, putting even more pressure on the front office to nail these negotiations. There's also the perennial question of balancing offense and defense. While Correa would bring stability to the infield and Arraez would add impeccable contact hitting, doubts linger about the bullpen's depth. Devin Williams is a stellar addition, but can he alone shoulder the challenges of a full season? And what about the psychological impact of so many changes to the roster? The Yankees have a rich history of taking risks, but the results haven't always lived up to expectations. The winter market is heating up and the Yankees are in full swing, with every decision having the potential to shape the course of the next season. Every name mentioned and every whisper in baseball's corridors brings us closer to uncovering what the future holds for the Bronx. For fans, the excitement only grows as speculation promises to keep everyone glued to updates, waiting for a major turning point. Luis Arraez, with his near-magical ability to make contact, emerges as an intriguing piece for the Yankees, especially at a time when the team seeks balance in its lineup. Imagine a player capable of transforming a power-heavy lineup reliant on explosive hits by adding consistency and precision. Arraez could be exactly that. With Gleyber Torres potentially on the way out, Arraez wouldn't just fill the gap at second base. He'd also bring stability as a leadoff hitter. A 2-in-1 solution, right? But not everything is rosy. Moody, one of the most respected analysts, has raised a red flag. Defensively, Arraez is far from elite. His numbers at second base have been below average, a concern for a Yankees team that has made clear its priority to improve defense in 2025. Would Arraez's offensive impact outweigh his defensive shortcomings? That's the big question looming over this potential move. Moreover, how well would a player like Arraez adapt to the Yankees' power-hitting style of play? This is something that would need to be closely monitored. And what would it take to bring Arraez to the Bronx? Here's where things get really interesting. Since he's entering the final year of his contract before hitting free agency, acquiring him would essentially be a one-year rental. This means the price to get him might be lower than for players with longer-term contracts. Even so, the Yankees would have to part with young prospects, names like Jason Dominguez or Spencer Jones, both considered critical to the franchise's future, are already being floated as potential trade pieces. The thought of losing such promising talent sends shivers down even the most optimistic fans' spines. James Nolan, a passionate fan and knowledgeable follower of the team, has proposed a bold scenario, using Spencer Jones, the Yankees' #2 prospect, as the centerpiece of the deal. The idea is straightforward. Bring in Arraez to immediately bolster the lineup, offering consistent at-bats to complement stars like Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger. But this raises another question. Is it worth sacrificing a high-level talent like Jones for a player like Arraez, especially with his defensive limitations? And beyond that, how would such a trade affect the team's long-term future? As fans debate this potential move, another name is emerging in the background, further fueling curiosity. Roki Sasaki, the 23-year-old Japanese phenom, is capturing the attention of the entire baseball world. Widely regarded as one of the greatest talents of his generation, Sasaki's imminent arrival in MLB is no longer a question of if but where. And here lies the dilemma. The Yankees' crosstown rivals, the Mets, are considered frontrunners in the race for Sasaki. Imagine the tension of seeing him dominate at Citi Field, while the Yankees struggle to solidify their rotation. Adding Sasaki to any team would drastically shift the balance of power in the American League, possibly all of MLB. Speaking of reinforcements, we can't overlook the moves the Yankees have already made. Losing Juan Soto to the Mets was a painful blow for fans, but the Yankees responded swiftly, landing heavyweights like Cody Bellinger, Devin Williams, Max Fried, and Paul Goldschmidt. Even so, the puzzle remains incomplete. Many believe bolstering the bullpen and adding more depth to the starting rotation are crucial steps to truly prepare the team for the 2025 season. Devin Williams is an exciting addition, but will he be enough to handle the pressure of closing critical games? Then there's the issue of third base. While second base seems to be a clear focus with Luis Arraez, third base remains a weak spot for the team. Internal options like Oswald Peraza and DJ LeMahieu have been floated, but rumors suggest the Yankees may be eyeing a high-impact player for the position. Could a dual trade involving Arraez and another star like Matt Chapman, or even Manny Machado, be on the table? Speculation like this keeps fans hanging on to every new rumor. With each new report, it feels like the Yankees are standing at a crossroads. Could a player like Arraez be the missing piece to finally bring the World Series trophy back to the Bronx? Or should the focus be on a rising star like Sasaki to secure the team's long-term future? Meanwhile, the Yankees front office must balance immediate needs with future plans, all under the watchful gaze of one of the most demanding fan bases in MLB. One thing is certain, the team's offseason moves are far from over, and the next few months promise to be decisive in shaping the franchise's direction. The Roki Sasaki saga, a growing drama. The saga surrounding young pitcher Roki Sasaki continues to intensify, with recent speculation putting the Yankees in an even more precarious position. Pete Caldera, a renowned journalist from NorthJersey.com, has floated a possibility that has left many fans stunned. Sasaki may be considering a move to the Mets. Yes, the Yankees' crosstown rivals. Until now, most predictions pointed to West Coast teams like the Los Angeles Dodgers or San Diego Padres. But the idea of Sasaki choosing the Mets adds a new layer of drama to the already fierce rivalry between New York's two baseball powerhouses. Imagine the impact of such a decision. Sasaki, one of the most promising talents of his generation, joining the Mets. It wouldn't just be a blow to the Yankees' competitiveness, it would be a hit to the franchise's reputation, which has recently seen its star-studded market encroached upon by their Queens rivals. The Mets' acquisition of Juan Soto was already a tough pill to swallow for Yankees fans. And now, the possibility of Sasaki following suit feels like a nightmare come to life. For Yankees fans, it would be another open wound, especially at a time when the team is striving to reassert its dominance in MLB. The Yankees are undoubtedly facing a pivotal offseason, where every decision could shape their path for years to come. Will they make the bold moves necessary to keep pace in a rapidly shifting baseball landscape? Fans remain glued to every update, hoping for that one big announcement that will reignite their hope and restore the glory to the Bronx. Why would Sasaki consider the Mets? According to insider sources, the team is prepared to offer an irresistible package, both financially and in terms of technical support. Additionally, the idea of playing in a massive market like New York, but without the historical pressure that comes with wearing Yankees pinstripes, could appeal to the young pitcher. That said, we can't discount the allure of the Dodgers and Padres, teams known for investing heavily in international talent and providing favorable environments for the development of young players. Sasaki is in a unique position where any decision he makes will have enormous repercussions for his career and the balance of power in the league. Meanwhile, the Yankees are facing a moment of deep introspection. Losing major offseason targets to the Mets isn't just a matter of talent, it's a matter of pride. The Bronx front office knows it needs to respond decisively and fast. Signing players like Cody Bellinger, Max Fried, and Paul Goldschmidt was a step in the right direction, but the fanbase demands more. The Bronx doesn't settle for incomplete efforts. This is where the pursuit of Roki Sasaki becomes crucial. Landing him wouldn't just be a sporting victory, it would send a clear message. The Yankees are still the kings of New York. But Sasaki isn't the only name in play. Luis Arraez, with his exceptional contact hitting ability, remains an intriguing option to bolster the Yankees lineup. While his defensive limitations are a concern, the potential to add a consistent bat to the roster is something the Bronx front office can't ignore. What if the Yankees manage to secure both Sasaki and Arraez? Such a combination could transform the team into a genuine World Series contender, a definitive answer to the Mets' aggressive moves. Imagine an infield reinforced by Arraez and a rotation led by Sasaki, backed by Max Fried. It would be a dream scenario for any Yankees fan. As negotiations heat up behind the scenes, other possibilities are beginning to surface. Some speculate about potential trades involving young Yankees prospects to further strengthen the bullpen or bring in a big-name player for third base. The starting rotation has already gained a boost with Fried, but is it enough to go toe-to-toe with the American League's powerhouses? The bullpen, now anchored by Devin Williams, still needs more depth to handle the grind of a full season. Every piece of this puzzle must fit perfectly for the team to be in peak condition to chase a title. The next few weeks will be critical. Sasaki's decision remains up in the air, and every move in the market could shift the league's landscape. Will the young Japanese phenom choose the Mets, further intensifying New York's rivalry? Or might he prefer the allure of the West Coast, leaving the Yankees with more questions than answers? Meanwhile, fans wait anxiously, tracking every rumor, every negotiation, every tiny clue about Sasaki's future and the Yankees' next big move. Between speculation, dreams, and frustrations, this offseason promises to be a hot one in the Bronx. Every fan knows that the next announcement could be the missing piece that changes the team's destiny, reigniting hopes of bringing championship glory back to New York.